Jamie, first thoughts after the loss?
Sure, look, naturally we're disappointed. I thought we played very well today. I think we had the chances probably to be a bit closer at the end. You know, whether you get over the line or not, then that's, you know. But like, I think even look, 5 points, 121 to 19. I think probably could have been a bit closer at the finish if we'd just taken a couple of chances there around that third quarter there with 1 or 2 wides, and same in the first 5-10 minutes. But Jesus, look, like the lads played really, really well. So like, you know, and the effort was huge, and we're down a couple of bodies, and you know, there's fierce application there, and like, you're obviously very proud of a display there against one of the strongest teams in it. But equally, you know, Mary I, for the last number of years, we've been considering ourselves one of the strongest teams in the competition, we'll say all the time. So, you know, this is the company that we expect to be in, you know, and sometimes you win them by 3 or 4 points, and sometimes you lose them by that, and that's sport.
It wasn't the most free-flowing game, but I suppose that's to be expected in January in the Fitzgibbon.
No, but you know, it was alright. No, the first 15 minutes especially really flew. I think, look, that is the nature of this time of year, and you know, pitches are a bit softer than that, but like it was a real kind of Fitzgibbon Cup game, you know. You know, it was really tough, really physical. A lot of serious talent on display, you know, a lot of inter-county talent on display, and I think, you know, for this time of year, and it was a pretty good advertisement for the competition, and that kind of, you know, I suppose the big thing that was on display is kind of what it means to the players, and I think I always keep coming back to that when I talk about these competitions. Is, you know, you could see how much it meant to the UCC players, you could see how much it meant to our fellas, you know, you could see how much it meant to all the players involved and the management involved, and you know, it's really competitive, fair, and it's, you know, it's kind of what the players want to be playing. You know, these age players, it's what they want to be playing, and it's you know, so it's very enjoyable from that sense. Even sometimes when it goes the other way against you, you know, it is still days that you enjoy, you know.
It was that goal after 14 seconds in the second half that was really the killer, and you know, Mary I were slow to get back into it then. I think it was 10 minutes into the second half before we got the first score.
Yeah, it was a real sucker punch there. Like, I think we hadn't kind of set up defensively. We weren't organised, we'll say, for it. You know, sometimes from a throw-in, that's the way you are. And it was a well-taken goal from their point. You know, they had runners, very similar kind of to the way that Cork, I suppose, are trying to play at the moment. Like, you know, they had runners, and they had runners after the runners, and then they finished it well. So, I mean, look, that was the difference in the end, because I know it was 5 points, but you know, when you're chasing that kind of 3 points, you know, you don't take scores, we'll say, at the same rate, and when you equally, by the same token, when you're 2-3 points up, you know, that kind of game state, it allows you to clip scores over the bar, and you know, so that goal was the difference, really, like, you know. And it was, like I said, it was a well taken goal, and like I said, you know, they did everything right. They had runners off the shoulder for that goal, and it was probably the only time really they got a run on us in the game, in that sense, you know. But you know, that's what happens when you play at the top level. And the boys know that, you know. And when you play against inter-county players and play as an inter-county player, you know, it only takes 14 seconds. You know, it takes a lot less than that. It only takes probably 0.14 seconds for things like that to happen. So that's the nature of the beast.
It's a really tough group you find yourselves in, and I think is it NUIG you have out the next day?
Yeah, the league winners NUIG in the next game, yeah, and then UCD in the last game. So it is. Look, it's the hardest group in the Fitzgibbon Cup. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think the winners of the competition are going to come from this group. You know, and having said that, we don't even know who of the 4 are going to qualify. You know, because they're so competitive. So I think it is a very strong group, and that means we're under pressure. But equally, look, you know what that does is as well is it means that if you get a result in the next game, you know, it puts you in a position there where you know any team in the group can do you a favour and win a game for you, you know. So there's always a positive way to look at things and a negative way to look at things, and you know, we need to look into positives now and say, right, you know, we're playing NUIG next week. If we get a result there, we're straight back in it, you know. So that's the aim. That's the aim now.